All right, welcome back, Mount Zion. Good to see you today. Today we are going to be talking about light and darkness. And Pastor Dave's going to start reading in verse 8.
Amen. Ephesians 5:8, it says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of the light, for the fruit of light consists of goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. It is shameful even to mention what the disobedient do in secret, but everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light. And this is why it is said, 'Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you.'" So Paul is giving us, the words in there are light versus darkness, and then illuminated,
Yep.
and Christ will shine on you. And he says, wake up. It's like come out of a deep sleep at night,
hmm
the deeds of darkness. And he's quoting Psalm 60, which I'll read three verses. Psalm 60, the first two verses: "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." If you notice in Ephesians, he says, "And Christ will shine on you."
Yep.
So he puts that
Yeah, Christ is the light.
Christ. You got it. And then verse 2, "See, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the peoples, but the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you."
hmm
If to keep reading, it's great. You should read the whole thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
says nations will come to you. It has an end times idea to it, or motive to it. Verse 19, "The sun will no more be your light by day, nor will the brightness of the moon shine on you. For the Lord will be your everlasting light, and your God will be your glory." That's out of Revelation, 21 and 22.
Yep.
It talks about we don't have the sun and the moon because Christ is our light.
Yeah, and we have, it's kind of interesting. I believe it was the Qumran community where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found.
Yes.
In their interpretation of this, they took it really personally that, yeah, God was going to be their light, but we're light bearers. I believe Jesus also says that he's the light of the world, but we're also the light of the world. So we're supposed to reflect that light out to those around us, wake up the sleepers, you know,
Exactly. Yeah.
and let Christ's light shine on them. We're mirrors that reflect that. And so they called themselves, I believe it's in the War Scroll that they had, it was kind of their end times mission plan, like set up of how they're going to defend themselves and win the battle against evil in the last days. They called themselves the children of light
Exactly.
and light bearers.
I can't even believe I'm going to say this because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but lightsabers,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But
the dark
there's always
side versus
light.
the light side.
That's right. There's always light and darkness. And
Mhm,
then it says, darkness covered the earth.
mhm,
We live in some dark times. We really do. There's quite a battle going on right now between good and evil.
mhm.
I personally think the coronavirus is almost a mask to get us to quit thinking about good and evil, and what we're going to do, and everybody's trying to call it good or evil. Is it from God? Who's it from? Where did it come from? But really, the battle's the same. It's light versus darkness. It's for the souls of men. It
Mhm.
truly is.
Yeah, if we look over at Psalm 139,
Very good.
it's verse 11. It says, "If I say surely darkness will overwhelm me, and the light around me will be night, even the darkness is not dark to you, and the night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light are alike to you." He's
Exactly.
saying that, yeah, the darkness can't overpower God. So they're,
Ever.
no,
Turn the light on, darkness leaves, right?
yep.
That's what he's trying to say when he says, "Wake up, sleeper." Right?
hmm
Come on, wake up, get in the light.
Exactly. Yeah, and I like earlier in those verses that it talks about a little bit like what we talked about yesterday, the concepts of the fruit of the spirit, and when you're in the light, it produces these things. When you're in the dark, it produces those things. So,
That's absolutely true. Yeah. You get stubbed toes and lots of pain in the dark, don't you?
yep.
And man, it's like even sometimes when you think you know where you're at in the dark, you're not. I don't know if you've ever done that. You run into something and you thought you were 3 feet from it.
Yep.
And that's like sin, isn't it? And the enemy kind of puts you to sleep. Wake up, sleeper. He just lulls you to sleep and gives you a false sense of confidence. And we have to stick with God because he's light.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can see and we know and we have blessed assurance. That's how I look at that.
Amen. All right, Mount Zion, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow with some more of Ephesians 5. Stay safe and be bearers of the light.
Amen.